throwing away food.
How does this relate to my finances?
Because you're throwing away food, you're wasting money. Wait till you see these stats, how much money we waste on food that we end up throwing away. So we're talking, of course, about food expiration dates. According to the Wall Street Journal, food experts broadly agree that the expiration dates on every box of crackers and beans and bag of apples pretty much squanders your money, throws away perfectly good food, and fills up the landfills needlessly. First of all, those dates on those packages are not about the safety of the food. You think that they are, but they say things like fresh until, display until, best when used by, better if used by, sell by, enjoy by, or even just they have a date on them with no words at all. Those dates are really about telling retailers when to rotate the stock on the shelves, not about whether the food is good. If anything, they're more indicative of when the products are at peak quality. But then they've got a long tail, as you said, with the preservatives we have nowadays. They could still be good in 150 years, some of those things.
It's not great for us.
So to their credit, the food manufacturers have tried in vain to try to educate people. I don't know how hard they've tried, because the more food you throw away, the more money they make. But they say they've tried really hard to explain that it's about peak quality. But most foods will last way longer than that. So something that was meant to be a guide, a helpful guide for consumers, ends up being a rule that people think that they have to live by. And so the most current thinking is to have, we should be having a use by date on packages that indicate storage for things like fresh milk, deli meats, things like that. That's when you need it, right?
Yeah,
because
things that actually go bad.
It can actually go bad. Johns Hopkins University has found that 84% of U.S. consumers throw out food at the package date at least occasionally, and 37% of consumers do it always or frequently or usually. Sorry.
So I just want to say,
talk about your mom.
Vindicated. Italian mothers everywhere. This is your moment. I was just joking on the last episode about how we go into my poor mother's house and we all make a game out of going through her pantry and her fridge to see who can find the oldest expiration date. And then guess what? We throw all that food away. I'm so sorry, Mom. You were right. Just screenshot that. So
Winnie, get your checkbook out and figure out how much, get your calculator out and figure out how much your daughter is throwing food away, how much she cost you from that.
It will never happen again.
Experts say the best way to protect yourself from eating unsafe food is to ignore the best by dates and instead keep your refrigerator set at 37 degrees.
Store it properly.
Store it properly. Things that get too hot, they do go bad. But they said that even though old food will taste bad, it's still really unlikely to be dangerous, especially if you cook it afterwards. So legal alert, we're not telling you your food is fine after that date. We're not food experts. We're just telling you what the Wall Street Journal and these experts said, okay? This is my CYA moment here. The U.S. Department of Agriculture, we're throwing a lot of stats at you, estimates that 31% of the available food supply goes uneaten. 31%. Retailers throw away 41 billion pounds of food annually.
I can't even conceptualize
while
that.
Consumers throw away another 90 billion pounds of food. How can you
put that in normal terms?
Yeah, it works out to 8.7 pounds per week per consumer, per household. And it's 387, I don't know who does these calcs, 387 billion calories that gets thrown away per year, enough to feed every American 1,250 calories. Just gets thrown away.
To abolish poverty, basically.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, pretty amazing, right?
Poverty, sorry.
But there's hope. What?
Hunger. Sorry, not poverty. Hunger.
There's hope, though, that in the UK, they have done away with a lot of these things. The stores have gotten rid of hundreds of labels like that. And as a result of getting rid of those labels, the waste has gone down by 18% a year.
Wow. That's amazing.
Food getting thrown away. So there's hope. Yeah. We might be able to do that. But in the meantime, you're now empowered. Don't worry about those labels. I think if the can you have is starting to separate,
use your head.
Swollen.
See, this is why the labels exist, because some person from a state that shall remain nameless.
Yeah, don't go there. We have people in that state.
No, it's like some person ate some bad yogurt and now, there's.
Yeah. But swollen containers, obviously, that you pop open and they go, boom, that might be something that's got a little bit. But
okay, our retirees out there on a fixed budget, you don't need to buy a new balsamic vinaigrette unless there's mold on it.
Never.
Okay, mold on it or something.
I don't even know then.